9 o'clock games make for long days, waiting on the game time to roll around. So, for us, I thought both teams got off to a really good start defensively. The first few possessions of the game, both teams kind of struggled to score. And, we were able to get some shots going, and things worked out really well for us. Just in terms of shooting the basketball, we probably haven't shot the ball this well since we were in Charleston against UTEP. And, it was certainly good for Dinos to see consecutive shots go in. And then just down the line, Austin makes some big ones. Crawford is solid for us. Mitch comes in and knocks down some three-pointers. And we needed those shots tonight because, our featured post player, struggled tonight as far as playing defense with his head and his feet and picked up some early fouls. But we had a lot of guys come in and give us great contributions. LSU is a talented team. We thought coming into this ball game, we were terrified of their transition. We thought those guys really pushed the ball in transition, and their big guys are so big and skilled. And, just for us, defensively, we can do some better things, but we shot the ball so well it covered up a lot of our mistakes.
Were you happy with the way your team responded, I guess, to start the second half? Because LSU, you got off to a good start. LSU kind of pushed back, and you kind of played even basketball from there on. But then you guys separated in the second half. Were you happy with what your team did there?
I was happy because as a staff, we saw some growth in our team. We've been in situations like this earlier in the year where we would get decent leads on teams and we weren't able to sustain those leads because for whatever reason, not defending, not rebounding, trying to make home run hero plays. And I thought tonight, we made a few of those mistakes, but we didn't make as many as we have been making in the past.
It seemed like in the second half your defense did, on-ball defense did create more turnovers than you've been getting. Is that something you've been working extra hard on trying to?
We fouled so much in the second half. We didn't play defense with our head and our feet. We were active, we were turned up, which is good, but we've got to make sure we channel that into disciplined defense.
Danny, there were a couple moments there in the second half where the people were standing up out there and really enjoying what you guys were putting forth out there. I mean, is that?
You sure that wasn't the special they got going on? What was that?
What is the special? I don't even know.
2 consecutive free throws, everyone gets a free burger.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean,
No, the atmosphere was wonderful. It was,
They enjoyed what you did,
yeah,
too.
For us, it was staff, faculty appreciation day, and then also our marketing and sales group did a great job of getting people in the building for us. And, this is a tough place to play when there's energy in the building. And we certainly had that energy in the building. We're very thankful for that crowd support tonight.
Can you speak to the consistency of Keshawn Woods? I mean, by now you know what you got in him. I think he got his second start tonight. He's pretty consistent across the board every time you put him out there.
He is, he scores it on all 3 levels. He rebounds it. He passes it. He competes on the defensive end. He's vocal. He brings a lot to the table. And, he's spoiling us as a staff because we kind of expect that from him every day. But, the things that he does bring to the table are intangibles outside of the scoring and rebounding and assists with his leadership and how we can talk and communicate with his teammates. So, he's playing really well. He still has room to grow and get better, but we're very happy with his production.
Danny, is there any sort of indicator to when Dinos might go off? Is there any tell or sign that you see? He hit 2 really early when you got up to that 10-0 lead. Is there any way to tell when one of those nights is coming from him?
He's going to give himself a chance. He's going to shoot it, and tonight he was shooting them, and the guys continue to find them. We got a lot of shots because John or our bigs would set a ball screen and roll really hard to the basket and force help, and Dinos would be able to step out on the perimeter and find an open spot. So it was really good. You look, Crawford had 11 assists and 3 turnovers, so that's outstanding numbers there. So, just across the board, Mitch comes in and gets us 10 off the bench. Was a really good team effort, but whenever we shoot the ball this well, we'll have a chance to be competitive with anybody in our conference.
We talked about Bryant earlier in the week. I mean, you have to be happy with how he responded tonight, just his overall game. Heck, if he pounded the boards a little bit, he might have flirted with the triple-double.
Yeah, I'll tell him that when he comes back from break. You know, he's our leader. You know, there's no ands, ifs, and buts about it. Him, Keyshawn, and John are probably three guys that are at the forefront in that regard, just in terms of production. And they're all sophomores. And they're young, they try hard, they have a lot of room to grow, but I like how fearless they are. They don't mind competing.
Anything else for Coach?
In terms of a performance to take into ACC play, I mean, obviously I have a break now, so I guess you reset yourself a little bit. Just what will you guys be thinking about and talking about as you work toward that?
Well, you know, Florida State is a top 25 team, I believe. They've had a really good non-conference slate. They're always long, they're always athletic, they're always tough. And, you know, winning games in the ACC is hard, especially on the road. But, you know, I feel like we've played enough road games where if we go out, execute our game plan, you know, we'll give ourselves a chance to have some success.
Coach, to what do you attribute the change in the amount of poise that we see from Brian Crawford from last year to this year?
Well, I think he realizes that he needs to show that growth. You know, there are a lot of times this year, in particular this game, I wanted to call a certain play, and he said, no, Coach, I want to run this will give us a better look, and he was right. And so the way he quarterbacked the game tonight, getting guys shots, getting guys open looks was outstanding. And, you know, he spends a lot of time with Coach Childress and Coach Ballard and understanding the flow of the game, understanding when we need to get a good shot. You know, all these things are starting to become really good characteristics of a leading or a lead point guard. Now, he's still got room to grow because defensively he still wants to make a couple of hero plays by getting into the passing lanes in not such a sound way, but, you know, he's cutting down on those. And, you know, he understands that as coaches, we look at 8 solid, easy plays as a great series. And a lot of times kids come in and they think they make one great play, and then they can, a lot of these kids that we have, smart kids, they go on the average. Well, Coach, 7 times I did it right. You know, and so we're trying to get those guys to understand that every possession is important, and they're starting to grasp that.
Anything else for Coach Manning?
That's good.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Coach.
thanks. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah.